What's happening when you're not eating much and not losing weight? We're into week 4 of the month and talking about things related to nutrition. And over the course of the next 5 days, I'm going to expand on some points that I made in a blog a couple of weeks ago to give greater context and also to appreciate you may have missed them or forgotten them since. And it's not an uncommon conversation I have with people where they express that they're surprised that they're not losing weight or that they're gaining it because they don't eat much. And from my experience, one of 4 things will have happened in that situation, or perhaps more realistically, a combination of the 4 things. And I'm going to cover them over the next 4 days. But what will underpin all of that is an acceptance on all our parts that what fundamentally is happening, if we're gaining or losing weight, is we are in a calorie surplus or deficit. I know that there appears to be a lot of discussion about that. I know in the past, for those that have been a very long-term member, I perhaps had my doubts about that. But there are now enough confirmed, large-scale, precise studies that show that when 100% someone is a calorie deficit, so I'm not just talking about they've worked out their calories and based it on some formula, they've actually been held in a box where the amount of energy going in and going out of that box is measured to an accuracy of plus or minus 20 calories a day, and we can therefore work out the levels of energy going in and out of that person. We can measure their breath, we can measure their sweat, we can measure every aspect of what's going on and get that level of accuracy that 100% to a plus or minus 20 calories a day accuracy, they are in deficit, surplus or maintenance. Everyone ever tested has lost weight in a deficit. Everyone ever tested has gained weight in a surplus. There are marginal variances on the degree of that, but when corrected for body mass, composition and activity levels, those variances are fairly minor. They're to the degree of plus or minus 80 calories a day. So you take 2 otherwise identical people, their calorie requirements will be within at most 160 degree swing of each other's. But the relevant part is no matter that, they will still lose weight when they are in a deficit for them. They will still gain weight when in a surplus for them. And when we accept that, or if it's not the case, you will be the first person ever to get tested to that level of accuracy to not lose weight in a deficit. But when we accept that, it becomes a different conversation. We stop being a victim of our genes, circumstance, metabolism, whatever it may be. And we actually start to look at what changes we can make to create the results that we desire. Or if those changes are, for whatever reason, something we don't feel we can do, we can just accept that. We can make peace with that. But ultimately, the thing I want you to remember over the course of the next 4 days is I'm going to be talking about ways that you can get in a calorie deficit. Maybe you aren't in one when it looks like you are, but we need to remember that calorie deficit is the essential thing for weight loss until proven otherwise.